along vehicles. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is This is your moment. With the new moon in Leo and the solar eclipse that we're about to have as I am recording it. I'm starting this recording at 1:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The new moon solar eclipse is coming in around 1:46, 1:47 Eastern Standard Time. I wanted to be on now to really capture the essence of what this new moon is bringing for the collective. What it's bringing for you. Being in Leo, the sign of being seen, living from your heart, living out loud, is asking you, especially if you are 20 degrees of Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and of course, Leo, it's really asking you, this moment is truly asking you to stand up. Introduce yourself to the world or reintroduce yourself, your authentic self. No more playing small, no more hiding in the back of the class, no more pretending like you don't have something big to do in this beautiful, beautiful world. If you're just joining us, my name is Etta, Mystic Healer, Intuitive, and Spiritual Life Coach. Today is Wednesday, and you know that Wednesdays are ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. So I know today's message is going to be extra on point and extra on time for those of you who have been praying for a breakthrough. You've been praying for a shift. You've been waiting for a change. Come to find out that change has been waiting on you. If you're still scared to do this and to do that because you're afraid of what the peanut gallery is going to say, what they're going to think, your guys are saying to cut that out and cut it out now. The world is a stage and it's your time to shine, but you can only shine. You can only have that wish fulfillment if you stand in your authenticity. This moon, even though you were told to make a vow, you were told to get your affirmations and intentions in check. This new moon isn't about starting something brand new. This new moon is going to bring extra energy, extra motivation, extra shifts to things that were already in motion, right? When we have a new moon, the moon temporarily blocks the sun's light from reaching the earth, right? And during a lunar eclipse, it's the other way around. In the dark of the moon, right, which will probably go dark for a few minutes, you're being asked not only to stand up in your authenticity, you're not only being asked to show up as your true self, you're being asked not to look back. Because from this moment forward, you're going to be shown everything and everyone that's been holding you back from your true potential. But you have to be the one that stops holding yourself back from your true potential. These next 6 months are going to be 6 months that are filled with radical shifts and changes, but you have to be ready. And for some of you, especially if you have a higher spiritual calling, ready or not, those changes are going to come. They're not going to be forced. They want you to flow with it. They want you to pay attention to the signs, to the synchronicities, and know that everything, every single thing, good, bad, or otherwise, is working out in your favor as always. We're going to get into today's collective message, and then we're going to get into the messages for each zodiac sign. It could be for your sun, moon, and or rising. Take what resonates, leave the rest. As the messages come out, do not hesitate to put your comments, your thoughts, your feelings as these thoughts come out, as the channeling comes out in the comments. And when I'm done channeling, I will get to your message. If you would like a personal reading, that information's in the you know where. Hi, Cofito. Hi, Her Story. You're just in time. Holy Spirit. Thank you, Cofito. What does the collective need to know with this new moon that's about to happen, this new shift that's about to change, right? What's coming, what's tumbling down? So a new foundation, a new start can be had. Ooh. What else? This one wanted to pop. We're going to leave that just like that because some of you are still in that scary energy. I'm from Brooklyn, right? And one of the first things that I learned was scared money don't make no money, okay? Okay. What else does the collective need to know? All right, all of this is entangled with that. So We're going to leave that right there and then get a tarot message. Thank you for spending this part of your day with me, Spirit, in the Soul Tribe. We're going to pull quite a few decks to get the message out. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know? Feel free to put any questions that you're having in the comments. What is the vibe of this full moon? What's the vibe of this new moon? We're not at the full moon yet, but these next 2 weeks, because every eclipse portal it happens is going to be a wild ride. You're going to go from extremely happy to extremely scared. You're going to feel all the feelings until everything is put in its proper place, until you start showing up as the person that you are supposed to be in this lifetime. And these next 2 weeks are just a preview of what's going to come over the next 6 months. So buckle up, Buttercup. What is the vibe? As I almost knocked the cameras down, we are on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. My YouTube people, don't forget to like and subscribe, right? We're trying to get our YouTube numbers to match our TikTok numbers. Holy Spirit, what else does the collective need to know on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday? What else does the collective need to know on this Wednesday? There's a lot going on here. So that's where we're going to start. I pray that everyone who is here with us now and everyone that watches this on the replay receives at least one message that helps them along their journey. I also pray that any negative energy sent my way or to the way of the collective, either now or later, is instantly transmuted into peace, blessings, and prosperity. Ashe. Starting with this mess of a pile, you might feel like your life is a mess. You might feel like everything is falling down. You might feel like you're about to hit rock bottom. Some of you need to hit rock bottom. I'm going to go and say the hard part, the difficult part, in order for you to wake up and see who you truly are. There's a saying that goes, you don't know how strong you are until you have no choice but to be strong. This next 2 weeks, especially these next couple of days, is going to really force you one way or another. And yes, we have free will, but for some of you, with those dreams that you are asking, those prayers you are putting out there, those things that you have on your vision board, the version of you that has those things isn't the version that's on this live right now. You have to grow into that person. And whenever we are growing, there's always growing pains. Everything that is falling apart so better things can fall together. Take it in stride. Take it with, you might have tears in your eyes, but have a smile on your face, knowing that regardless of how bad it looks right now, it's about to get incredibly better for you. Chaos is always going to go on during the eclipse season. You're going to hear the earthquakes, monsoons, different natural events happening because as above, so below. This chaotic energy of change has a tendency to show up in all different types of ways for all different types of reasons. As long as you trust your intuition, as long as you stay committed to listening to your guides, you will be fine. Some of you do need to get a reading. Some of you need to get a cleansing and you're dragging your feet. You're not cleansing your home. If your home is messy today, you're already behind. That life, and I'm going to say this again for the umpteenth time, that life that you are desiring, that you are calling in, requires you to be a different person, requires you to ascend into your higher self with thoughts coming out in the reverse. And we have a couple of crossings and things coming out on its side. We typically don't read the oracles and kippers in the reverse, but the energy lets me know, yeah, some of you are dragging your feet. Some of you are very, very heavy in your head, in your thoughts, wondering if you're doing the right thing. If you're thinking this hard about it, the answer is no. Because if you're doing the right thing, everything just flows. Some of you are trying to force a lifestyle that you were never meant to have in the first place. You're trying to do something that you're not meant to do in the first place, and that's why you've been delayed. Some of you have been outright stopped because you're headed in the wrong direction. Staying in the wrong direction won't eventually bring you to the right direction. It'll just get you quicker to disappointment, to failure, to frustration. What have you been dreaming about? What have your guides been revealing to you about your journey, about how to move forward? Take the steps you're being guided to take. Those steps, especially the really difficult ones, are leading you to your happily ever after. They're showing us thrills, but this is giving that Eight of Swords energy, that energy of being trapped in your own head, your own thoughts, that you rather do the easy thing than rather than deal with the difficult thing for a little bit. What has the easy thing gotten you thus far? I'll wait. How has the easy thing brought you success, prosperity, abundance, joy, happiness? It hasn't, right? Coming down, it just said the Eight of Swords, right? And here we go with the Eight of Swords, putting yourself in your own mental prison, right? Being fixated on the outcome, only being able to show up one way, but there is a dozen ways for you to receive your happily ever after, for you to receive that manifestation, for you to receive your answered prayer. Stay open with imagine to the possibilities. Get out of your head and get out of your own way. Next, we have change. The change is inevitable. Now that we are almost at the exact minute of the new moon solar eclipse, it's not quite visible here in the States. If you're on the East Coast, like me, there's like a 10% chance, 5% chance you'll get to see a partial. It's going over mainly Greenland, parts of Russia, and wherever we have the Blue Lagoon, right? One of the world's wonders. Something that exists that we can't quite define why it exists. Just like we can't quite define why that exists, we can't quite define how you're going to reach that happily ever after, how you're going to reach that wish fulfillment, but it's coming. A cycle is ending. Let it end. A new cycle is beginning. Let it begin. Some of you really, really have to get out of this energy of wanting things, wanting a particular person, a particular job, a particular way for life to show up for you, because your guides with co-create, we're going to get back to the King of Swords, right? Home, yang energy, right? Your guides want to bring you that balance, that wish fulfillment, that success, not just in love, right? But in all areas of your life. But you got to tag them in. You got to let them guide you. Some of you have these beautiful dreams and have no idea on how to make your dreams turn into your reality. Here's a hint: flow, not force. If it feels difficult, you're doing too much. We are creators. You do know that, right? We have the ability to say, let there be, and that thing that comes after be manifests. Some of you really need to take this moment, this time. What do we say? 136, 137? It's 134 right now. You need to take this time. Matter of fact, once we hit 136, I need you all to really focus on answering this question. Who are you when you're not putting other people's judgments and considerations into play? How do you show up for yourself? How do you want to show up for yourself? Because that's what this eclipse is going to do. This eclipse pairs with the intentions you set around April 2024 and the ones you set around August 2017. Some of you are just a little bit too young, right? So we'll stick with the April 2024. Think about where you were during those times. and how far you've come or not. Going back to how we began, it's now time to reintroduce yourself as the person who embodies that change, who speaks things with this King of Swords into existence unapologetically, regardless of what the peanut gallery has to say about it. You have this one beautiful life. Live it on your terms, as long as you're not a harm to yourself or others. But live it on your terms unapologetically. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Heavy on the Aquarius, right? Being in the North Node, while Leo's in the South Node. As the eclipse is going down at this very minute, at this very hour, who are you without the pressures of being judged, without the pressures of thinking what this person's going to say and what that person's going to say? Go ahead and put it in the comments. So when I'm done channeling, we could go back to it, because that's how I'm going to address you from now on forward, from forward and for forever. This moment is asking you to really, really start showing up as your true self, unapologetically. Let your freak flag fly high. Your future self will appreciate it. Your future self will thank you for it. Next, we have community. Going back to working with your angels, working with your guides. Some of you were told specifically to call out to Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael to help you along your journey. You have an entire team on the other side that will do any and everything, that are willing to go above and beyond to help you manifest that dream into your reality. But one, you got to show up as the person who already has it, and you have to believe that this is not the end. Where you are is not, it's not the end. There's just so much more for you to do, but some of you are stuck on saying, this is good enough. Mm-mm. You're meant to live a life that's filled with happiness, joy, and everything that sets your soul on fire. How many of you truly believe that you are worthy of this? That this is supposed to be, this laughter energy is supposed to be your default setting? It's all friends here. This is a sacred and safe space. This is part of standing in your authenticity, right? Saying, I do believe I'm worthy of this, or I don't believe, because that's where we start to do the healing. Next, we have all this swords energy is irking me, because I really believe we've done too much work over the years, over the past few months, over the past few weeks, to be stuck in our head, to be stuck in our woe is me, to be still showing up wearing a mask. Drop the mask, Skeletor. Stop pretending to be something that you're not. That one time that you showed up and people didn't appreciate the real you, so you tucked it in. You learn how to, what does they say? Code switch, right? To make other people comfortable. You learned how to dim your light because it was blinding other people. It's supposed to blind other people because that's the only way they can truly see. When you're not living in your authenticity, you're not showing up as your true self. You're showing up as this avatar of yourself, as this avatar of the person you think people want to see, the version of you think people need. You're not walking in your purpose. And if you're not walking in your purpose, it is going to be very difficult for you to manifest your dreams into your reality. It's going to be very difficult for you to have that balance that you truly seek. Lastly, for the collective, before we get into the messages for the zodiac signs, thief, clarified by tension until, with this Queen of Pentacles, truth be told, tension and this thief card, until you are ready to show up as your authentic self, you are ready to be really real with yourself. What you have is all that you will have. What you got is all that you will get. Use this new moon to channel that version of yourself that stands in their Queen of Pentacles energy, their King of Pentacles energy, their I do not chase, I attract energy. It is your birthright to have that abundance. It is your birthright to have that wish fulfillment. It is your birthright to have that happily ever after, but it's never going to come if you're not showing up as your true, authentic self. I feel like I'm really speaking to like two people, and I trust those two people will reach out to me later on with a message or a DM, right? Or email or a text because you guys have my phone number, right? So we could talk about this and get you in the place mentally and emotionally you need to be to make those changes spiritually, or else you're going to get dragged. Heads up, you're about to get dragged because there's no more delaying this, there's no more putting it to the side, there's no more pretending like you are not who you are, there's no more trying to fit in to make other people comfortable. There's no more playing by the rules of others. It's time for you to show up as the real McCoy, not a watered down version of yourself. That being said, let's get into the messages for each of the zodiac signs. It could be for your sun, moon, and or rising. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This is going to be what the new moon in Leo is bringing you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for spending this part of your day, afternoon, or evening with Spirit, me, and the Soul Tribe. Holy Spirit, this is the heavy deck. What else does the collective need to know on this Wednesday? What else needs to be said? What else needs to be heard to help them on their journey of manifesting their dreams into their reality? And of course, since we were speaking about Michael and Uriel and Raphael and Gabriel, the Angel Tarot deck. What else does the collective need to know according to their sun, moon, and or rising sign? As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. At the bottom of this deck, we have Awakening. Speaking of Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel was the angel that went to Joseph when he was throwing a fit because Mary was already pregnant and he wasn't with the shits, right? He didn't sign up for that, right? He thought he married a virgin, even though she was still a virgin. Gabriel was the one that broke it down for him to let him know that this is what it was and what the mission is. The angels still come to us, but it's up to us to hear the messages and then take those messages and implement them into our lives. Look at things from a different perspective. A temporary standstill, just like when the moon is in front of the sun, blocking the light from reaching the earth during the eclipse. This moment, whether it's been going on for a couple of minutes or a couple of years, is temporary. What does that say? It is important to be yourself. That has been the overall theme of all the messages coming out. As I look up to see it's 144, the angel number, right? It's important to be yourself. If you want to manifest that beautiful dream into your reality, this is a must. It's not going to happen until you start showing up in your authenticity. And at the bottom of this deck, the throat chakra. Speaking your truth, not only living your truth, but speaking your truth. Leo is definitely a sign of self expression, self worth, and living out loud. Speaking of Leo, happy birthday, Leo. Your new moon message is justice. Archangel Raguel. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right, which ties into a message we received yesterday, right? When we're living life on our terms, not what's right for them or right for others, right? Different strokes for different folks. You know how the song goes. Stand up for your beliefs unapologetically, especially so much action is going in your sign, right? On the 15th, we're going to have a conjunction with Mercury and Jupiter in your sign. You want that luck, you want that blessings, you want the wheel of fortune to move in your direction. Stand in your truth. Use your words to declare and decree what it is that you're calling into your life. That is clarified by Sri Yantra, a complex symbol used in Hindu Tantra. It represents the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Once you master that duality within, your masculine and feminine energies within, you master that energy without, meaning you will attract people that honor your divinity, not the ones that try to siphon it or steal from it or play it or any of all those negative experience you happen to have experienced before this moment. Okay? Okay. Virgo, sun, moon, and or rising. Hi, Virgo. Come through with this ace of water energy, especially if you've recently been to the islands or you've recently been to the beach. You have undergone some type of renewal, some type of rebirth, some type of resurrection, or you're about to right before your birthday. Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, but it's more so the spiritual growth aspect and enhanced intuition. Some of you think you're going crazy because you're hearing the voices. Some of you do need to get that checked out, but others of you, that's your intuition that you're hearing for the first time. Get used to it. Get used to communicating with the Most High, and things will become clearer and clearer and clearer. That is further clarified by Neptune. I didn't get a chance to talk about the planets, right? The six planet parade that we're having, in addition to all this other energy that is helping bring the manifestations into your reality. Neptune is one of them, right? Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter. Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune. Those are the six planets. Neptune is natural ruler of Pisces, but it's also a higher vibration of Venus, right? Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your intuition. Get a counselor, right? Work with a spiritual practitioner like myself or somebody else that can hold your hand and help you understand these are your thinking thoughts that are coming from ego, and this is how you tune into your intuition. Be careful with the meditations, especially the subliminals in the different spaces, in the different social media spaces. Some of them are really good, some of them are specifically created to keep you off your path. Trust your intuition with the ones that you choose, that you decide to assist you along your journey. Some of you, regardless of your sign, you and your person had to break up. You had to separate completely. Oh, I'm never speaking to them again. I'm never speaking to her again. It's over, so they could go on this journey of awakening, of trusting their intuition, of coming into their spiritual wisdom and truly doing something about it, not using their power for mischief or nefarious reasons, because that came out yesterday, but using their abilities to help themselves, help you, help the loved ones, their loved ones, and the collective. This moment is also the reason why a lot of you were getting the message when your person comes back, hear them out. They don't want you to just say and take them back. Hear them out and let their actions tell you whether or not they've changed. Because if they've truly undergone this spiritual rebirth, renewal, they will show you. You deserve, and I don't know who this is for. I know who this is for. It's for one of you who like comment on every single video. I see you and I love you, right? You deserve somebody that can give you that fairy tale love, because what you describe as a fairy tale is your reality. That's your vision of love, right? Not mine, not Jessica's, not Dwayne's, yours. And you have that vision not just for shits and giggles. That was revealed to you because that's what it's supposed to be for you. Start holding space. If you're dealing with somebody that yells at you every time you bring something up, they're like, why are you always complaining? You always want to fight. They make you seem like the bad guy. They make you seem like you're cray cray. That's not your person. Going back to what was said in the collective about flow versus force. Of course, there's going to be ups and downs, right? There's always going to be ups and downs, but it's not supposed to be every day. Okay? Okay. Libra, sun, moon, and or rising with the chariot. Archangel Metatron, an important achievement. Self discipline and willpower. Public recognition. If you are on a journey, if you are a creator, a singer, a poet, somebody that is in the public eye, stop conforming for the masses. Stop pretending to fit in. That message of showing up in your authenticity, allow me to reintroduce myself energy, allow me to reveal the new and improved version of me. That's the energy, Libra, sun, moon, and or rising. This new moon in Leo is asking you to be in and stay in. You will find that the minute you decide that you're done playing the role and you're going to show the world who you truly are, everything starts flowing your way. That is further clarified by root chakra. Grounding. Okay, so putting on that mask, showing up as a pretender was part of your survival techniques. Got it. Cool. But how long are you going to stay in survival? When are you going to go from surviving to thriving? This new moon wants to take you from surviving to thriving. Push this to the side so my YouTube people can see it clearly. Scorpio, sun, moon, and or rising with the three of fire. Well, hello, Scorpio. Abundance, right? Things looking up. Things looking very good. Have patience at this time. Things are not going to shift now that we have gone through the eclipse, right? They're not going to shift today, at least not in the physical, because physical energy is very, very dense. Spiritual energy, astral energy is very, very light and fluffy and it just flows. But we put all these restraints in place. That's why it takes time for that answered prayer to manifest into that reality. But there is Scorpio, sun, moon, and or rising, especially those of you that hover around 20 degrees of Scorpio, that abundance is coming in. That long-term thing that you've been working on is going to prove very, very successful. That is clarified by there he goes. There he is. Archangel Michael, often regarded as the leader of the archangels. Michael is known as a warrior, the protector against evil. Archangel Michael defends us against the, you know how the rest of it goes. Some of you need to include that prayer, especially as the winds start coming in. As you notice that you drifted into flow, and now blessing after blessing after blessing have arrived. J Max, including that prayer so that you are protected, upping your protection wards because they're going to come for you. People are going to say, oh, it came too easy for you, right? Gemini got that message yesterday. You could also have Gemini placements. But what the masses are going to see as easy is a lifetime effort of trying to manifest your dream into your reality. So you enjoy it, but you also make sure you protect it at every cost. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and or rising with the five of water. Things not turning out the way that you hoped, not turning out the way that you wanted, not seeing the pot. This is the wrong time for that, Sag. The abs. This is the wrong time of the year, of the month, of the moment to be in that woe is me energy because you're going to get dragged. If you can't pick your chin up, they're just going to drag you to see the brighter side of things. That five of cups, that crying over spilt milk, worried about everything that's going wrong, you don't realize everything that's going right. Going back to what was said in the collective about things falling apart, whatever has fallen apart had to fall apart for your dream, your prayers to be answered. What do you want? Do you want to continue suffer and living a mediocre life, or do you want abundance? Do you want prosperity? Do you want that peace? Do you want your divine inheritance? It requires you to look at things at a brighter side, especially since you know divine assistance is on your side. Supernatural forces or entities are assisting you along your journey. The ancestors, you have angelic help all conspiring together to help you manifest your dreams into your reality. Capricorn, sun, moon, and or rising with the three of water. And a celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, some type of elevation, right? Some type of celebration. The need to have more fun, but this is definitely with the Three of Water, which is the Three of Cups, giving that energy of the whole universe, your angel guides, your ancestors, the Most High, congratulating you on a job well done for hanging in there and doing the damn thing against all odds. Keep going. That is clarified by justice, fairness, balance, truth, right? Things falling into place. A lot of people that accused you of this and accused you of that, they're the ones that were doing the things that they accused you of. So they're the ones that are going to be met with the swiftest and harshest of judgments. Aquarius, right? Another star sign of the hour when it comes to this new moon in Leo, solar eclipse energy. Your message is strength, right? Archangel Ariel, great inner strength, release harsh judgments and forgiveness. This is actually your card. It's Leo's card. And they said yours because Leo is in the south node and Aquarius is in the north node. That free thinking, that revolutionary Uranus energy is what you need to tap into at this time, Aquarius. When they said there's no more playing small, there's no more hiding at the black back of the class or being the black sheep and being upset about it. No, stand out. Your difference, your thing that makes you different and set you apart from everybody is your star quality. It is also, speaking of star quality, the thing that's going to bring you wish fulfillment. So you have to embrace that part of you, mind, body, and soul. That is further clarified by Psalms 23:4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. The journey is scary. I'm not going to lie. Especially when you have made this comfortable life of fitting in, not just Aquarius, but the others of you that are also wearing a mask. It got really comfy, didn't it? Going outside does seem scary, right? Showing up as your authentic self might cause you to lose. You're absolutely right. But rather than focus on that, Sagittarius, right? Rather than focus on what you're losing, focus on all the beautiful things that you are about to gain for doing the scary thing and know that you are fully and divinely protected. Pisces, sun, moon, and or rising with this nine of fire, which is the nine of wands. Hear me clear and hear me good. Do not give up. Protect everything that you have been creating. Have courage and believe in yourself. Pisces, we know that you're coming out of a season where you had to release a lot of people. You had to make new boundaries with old friends. And there are people that are mad that you are no longer that pushover. They are mad that they can no longer siphon your energy. It's no longer a free for all. Let them be mad. Further clarified by second house, which is your house of money, right? Values, focus on the material and physical possessions. You know that all those losses, especially the hits you took to your bank account, are going to be replaced. I'm hearing the years the locusts have eaten. Well, since you've gotten rid of the locusts and the other pests in your life, now that garden that you've been working on can really bloom to its maximum lushness and fullness. Your garden is about to be really, really full and will give you the sustenance, the stability that you're looking for. Aries, sun, moon, and or rising with the 10 of water, which is the 10 of cups, the energy of a contented and rewarding family life. What you thought was going to drown you, baptized you into your new season. And that's for somebody in particular. Your emotional and material needs are going to be met. Trustworthy relationships are coming your way. Friendships, destiny helpers are coming along to assist you along your journey. That is further clarified by Empress. The whole universe is getting ready to spoil you. Peace is coming in. Abundance is coming in. Stay in your goddess or your God energy, right? Knowing that your words, especially over the next 2 weeks, will manifest quicker into your reality. And that's for everyone. Be careful of your thoughts and be careful what you're saying because during this 2 weeks of the eclipse portal that we have just started, things tend to move very, very quickly. So don't entertain energies that you don't want to stick around for the next 6 months, or for some of you, the next 18 years. Taurus, sun, moon, and or rising with the 5 of fire, which can talk about conflict, but it also talks about compromise. Competing goals, bothersome details. You see how everything is crossing? Uncross all of this, right? All those thoughts that you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to pick one and let that be your focus. Pick the one that is easiest for you to flow with, and then you will see which other of the other ones you can add to the list as well. But start with one, Taurus. We know that you can do it all, but that doesn't mean you have to, especially since you know you have a whole entire spiritual team that's here to assist you along your journey. That is further clarified by the Hierophant, which is your energy. It's the energy of spiritual tradition, making time to meditate, especially on the things that you are calling in, getting that mentorship or being that mentor to assist somebody along their journey, but take it one step at a time. Gemini, sun, moon, and or rising. Well, well, well. With this Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles, the inflow, the overflow of abundance, a promising business venture or ventures. Let's see, Gemini is the end of May, beginning of June. So we're hitting almost that 90-day window after your birthday. Once we officially hit that 90-day window after your birthday, it's going to be win after win after. That's going to be your winning stride. Take it in stride and know what's coming is exactly what you prayed for or better. Le Petit Prince is only with the heart that we can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. It's talking about your faith and making sure you double down on it, knowing that, because you got the confirmation with this Ace of Earth, the Ace of Pentacles, that everything is going to turn out better than you expect. Last but not least, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and or Rising with life experience, which is the Tower card. Things falling apart, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change. Things fall apart for better things to come together. So whatever you feel like you're losing, dearest Cancer, it's actually making space for you to receive the things you've been praying for. That is clarified by external influences, right? Third parties, karmics. Throw in that work. Oh, I hate talking about that, but it's a must. They could throw all the work that they want, but they will not knock you down. They may think they're causing this and that in your life, but all they're doing is making space for you to receive your blessings, making space for you to receive your answered prayers. That is the message for the collective. Let's see what you guys are chit chatting about over on YouTube and TikTok. Hi, Travel Clef. How are you? Hey, J Max. Hi, J Max. Good afternoon, KB. Hi, Krista. How are you? Krishna, can it heal my girlfriend who's herself a psychic reader, but somehow she's been covered in an illusion that I cheated on her and never, I love her, I want her back. Krishna, I pray that you are still here, because one thing I haven't spoken about really is the fact, or I may have touched on it here and there. A lot of spiritually gifted people, when the energy gets chaotic like this, we have the eclipses, we have cosmic chaos, and then we have man made chaos going on. It causes a clash. And the people that make the man made chaos, they throw a lot of harvesting energy out there, specifically to harness the energy of light workers. So while that's going on, any external influences, right, that are trying to trick your person, even the best of us, right, they have an added advantage to get into somebody's head, right? It's like when it's raining outside and you throw a bucket of water out there, right? It just adds more water. It adds more fire to the flame in your person's case. Being a psychic reader doesn't exempt her from or them from doing the spiritual work of protection and making sure they see things clearly. It's a daily hygiene type of thing. So when these things are going on, these external influences are influencing, we can stop ourselves and say, wait a minute, something's not right. You know you didn't cheat on her, but yet she has this illusion that she's believing is real. Pray on it. Pray for the clarity that she receives, the clarity that she needs. Whatever external influence has popped up that has her in this energy, because it's actually bigger than your relationship. If she is a psychic and this was able to interfere with your relationship, is also telling me that you guys serve a bigger purpose that somebody or somebodies don't want to happen. So you, as the aware person, are being tasked, if you should accept the challenge, with standing in the gap for your person, praying for your person, so that that cover, right, that they have over their eyes, which is a big no-no because Neptune is in retrograde. Neptune in retrograde specifically pushes us to see things clearly. There's more going on in your situation. Come find me when you're ready. But start with the prayers, with the meditations. Hi, Jupiter, whimsical Pisces. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Hey, Momo. Emotional roller coaster indeed. Indeed. Miss Nicole is indeed going to be a fabulous, 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 fabulous day. There's always sunshine after the rain, and there's always, if you look for it, a rainbow. Etta McCoy, I don't like that name. Me neither. Me neither. Thank you, J Max. Thank you guys for holding it down in the comments. I appreciate you guys. On the YouTube side, let's see what the TikTok side has going on. And thank you, TikTok, for not cutting off the comments. Well, hello, Red. How are you? Hey, Honeybee. How are you? How are you? How her story? I trust you got the message you were sent here to receive. Hey, Neek. Hey, Ebony Angel. Hi, Nelly. Oh my God, Taylor. Thank you, Dorsey. Where did Taylor come from? Like, I thought we had a nice, quaint group, right? Sometimes we have like 20 people, sometimes we have 10 people, sometimes we have 100 people, but this message was really for like 5 of you guys. Hi, Georgia girl. Auntie, hello. Hey, Mars, Mars. Any questions as I go through the comments? Thoughts, feelings that you want to share? Mars, Mars, you are indeed love and life. Neek, you are indeed, I said love and light. Neek, you are indeed a phenomenal woman. A phenomenal woman you are, right? From the sway of your hips. Hi, Atasha. How are you? Hey, New Heart. Hi, Doodle. Hi, Dorsey. Hi, Rosemary. I knew you were here. Celine, are you okay? Hi, Jill. Thank you for the hug. We love you right back. I've been seeing a lot of white dots on my car like fairies. Be careful. I also had a person in my car that smelled like sulfur. You do know what that means, right? You do know what they're about, right, Neek? Amber, if you missed any part of the reading, it will be available on YouTube as soon as we click off. Hi, Daisy. I love the Soul Tribe holding everything. Soul Tribe. The Patreon message for this week is up, right? I pray that everybody sees it. I left it for everybody to see, not just the paid subscribers, right? And I would like everybody to go ahead and get their hair oil because it's from one of our own. I am so proud of Boogie Woogie Woogie and her creation, this beautiful herbal infused hair oil that makes my scalp feel amazing. Check out the oil. The link is in the Patreon newsletter, and I'm going to put it in my stories as well. And if you're not signed up on my Patreon, go and sign up on my Patreon because with the new moon, we're going back to after, well, not today, but after the live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to get into the collective reading, the personal one on one readings for the Patreon subscribers on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it would be around this time or a little earlier. Hi, David. Hold on, Nick. Because that doesn't feel like friendly energy you had around you. Um, Not too sure why you even entered. Well, we could go back and forth with the why, but that's we could there's a better way to use that energy. You need a sage out, smoke out, frankincense out your car. Wipe it down, and once you're done, wipe it down with Florida water. If you don't have Florida water, make some camphor water and put that in there. And keep a piece of camphor in the car from now on. If this person gives you any gifts, don't receive it. Don't take it in your hand. Oh, thank you. You can put it right there. But don't actually receive it. Something tells me they'll be back and they don't give good vibes. They're coming back for, that word keeps coming up, nefarious reasons. Hi, Sonia. The color for today is orange, and a burnt orange or red. Red, right? Not so much challenging the energy of the sun, but challenging the victory that you just won. It doesn't look like it, but everything is falling into place. So standing, wearing your colors of victory. hmm Especially you. Especially you. Now that we are here in the energies of the new moon, somebody, you know who, Senia, we are going to talk about this in depth later. I'm not going to put all your business out there in the streets. They're on a wait and watch energy, wait and see energy because they think their plan is going to work out, but it's not. You keep doing what you've been doing. Anytime, Trouble Clef, anytime. As I polish my toes red, that works too. That works too. The stuff you made up because you made it up with intention. Don't forget, Neek and others. I put you guys on notice yesterday, and I'm going to keep repeating it. If you gravitate to me, you've been to a couple of lives, you've been to a few lives, you've been to all the lives this year. That is your cosmic confirmation, right? Your certificate, Your spiritual certificate that you have a higher spiritual calling that you are being asked to start doing the research on so you can start showing up as that hierophant, as that high priestess, right? A lot of times when you're in this energy of figuring it out and acknowledging the fact not only how dope and amazing you are, but you have these natural amazing gifts, there are people out in the world who see you from a mile away, clients, strangers, coworkers, that will see your light and do everything they can to get near you to see what they can take. There are more takers in the world than there are givers. There are more people that would rather rob you of your essence than develop the essence of their own. And some of them, they can't because they ain't got it. Going back to what was said yesterday about some of you being naturally chosen, it's not on you, it's in you. Yeah, you may not realize it, but you walk a little different. You talk a little different. There could be a million people surrounding you, and people that have eyes, spiritual eyes, will immediately see you. If you've ever walked into a large room and it was immediately all eyes on you, regardless of what you had on, that's another telltale sign that you walk with the light. You know, when we see the images of the angels and the saints, how they have that halo behind their head, that's what people with eyes see when they see you. So of course they're going to try you, especially if they smell fear, if they smell that you are a Padawan on the journey, you're not quite where you need to be with your protection work. That doesn't mean that it's open season on your soul. It doesn't mean that it's open season on your gifts. It just means that you're going to have ample opportunity to get better at your warding, to get better at your protection, to get better at showing up in the world as that untouchable mother that you are. Mm-mm. Everybody's doing magic. Every single body, right? There's more of a chance of people doing magic in some shape. I don't care what they say. Oh my God, it's the devil. It's demonic. I don't do that. I would never. The ones that are most offended are the ones that are in their corner. Okay. So always approach people that way and then give them the benefit of the doubt later. What about people trying to touch your hands or your elbows? Your hands are your places of creation, right? Whether we are making a candle or baking a cake, this is how we do it, right? What can we create without our hands? It's a point of contact to see how strong or not we are. This is why I don't shake hands with everybody. It gets weird at times. COVID and all its craziness, taught me how to get better at saying no in a very respectful way, especially in large groups. No, you're not touching me. Everybody's huggy, huggy. That's great. No, 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 because I know that is the quickest way to read my energy. And if you're reading my energy, you're going to try to latch on. And so your hand, your elbow is another point of contact. It's not as strong as the hand, but it's something, right? To make that spark, to make that connection, to check your spiritual, to check your spiritual temperature. So be wary about that. I am not a fan of mothballs, Neek. While the smell can repulse certain entities, camphor is better, right? They both have their toxic qualities, but mothballs are more toxic than camphor. So I typically do not use them in my practice. Any other questions, thoughts, feelings you want to share with the collective before we wrap this up? I swear these birds be trying to get in. Anytime. I had to pull back my hand and smile. Exactly. Exactly. Why are you trying to get in? Hold on. I have a problem. You guys know, I think my guys are trying to do exposure therapy now. Um so the birds have cut out a piece of the tool, right? The screen. The window's down, right? But now they could come through the hole and actually hit the glass. I don't like that. I know Spirit said we're about to get dragged, but can we pick another way? Cause I didn't sign up for this. I didn't. No, 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 no. The church people always want to get all touchy feely, and you know, those be some of the biggest devils. Georgia girl, please stop laughing at me. The baby birds are taunting me. Damn it, Spirit. It's supposed to be for the collective, not me. Like, what on earth are you trying to tell me now? Besides, give me a heart attack. I know y'all heard the wings thumping against the glass. I'll take the birds over the scorpions. This is true. At least I could see those mother suckers coming. A scorpion, especially in New York, they could have the whole house. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Um, One of these sons of bitches is probably going to make a nest in the window. That's okay. That's okay. Because then we're gonna have to learn a new spell, a new something to use this energy because I absolutely cannot. You did sign up for it. I know I did, but I don't want it, J Max. I don't want it. Um, but I have no choice. I'm gonna keep you guys, and I'm gonna try to record as much of it as I can, because my hands will probably get shaky. But I'm going to put on my big mystic pants and figure out what's going on with this window. Sons of bitches! It wasn't enough for you guys to hover. Like you actually had to break the screen. Two, two, two. I just told them not to drag me, right? I've done enough. Oh, I thought I did, but this is a thing. And in fairness to Spirit, over the past few months on my FYP, I keep getting videos of people who have random birds that just come and land on them, right? This one lady, every time she goes out for a walk, this mourning dove just flies to her like she's the owner, right? Like she's the mate. So I know, especially after the one I saw with the baby pigeon that flew on the girl in New York and wouldn't go away. That it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I will let you guys know. I will let you guys know. I had a dream of them last night, and I was spraying them. Jeez Louise. To clean with because my kids see. Oh yeah, definitely clean that. Florida water, like Honeybee said, put in crystals. I thought about owning a bird. I even went to the bird store Christmas 2021 to see which bird I would like. And then I saw the prices of the birds and I was like, I don't think I'm that ready. That was my form of exposure therapy. I went to the bird store and I spent some time with all kinds of birds. But I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Neek, definitely get the crystals. Um, put mirror reflectors out. I might have to. This is funny because this is the only window they come to. I have another window. They stay on the ledge. They don't come at the window. They just stay under the ledge. But this one, especially when I'm live, they want to come and say hello. That's what it really is. They want to come and say, oh, okay. Mhm. I love it when I get downloads mid sentence. You know, I know about a bird. I know you do, Doodles. I know you do. I'm not going to put up the reflectors just yet because they're actually serving a purpose. They're working. They're working. And I'm going to let them work. I am going to let them work. All right. You should if you can't do a black walnut one, a simple one with Florida water and basil would do. I think they're working, Doodles. The download I got is that they're working. So I'm gonna let them do their thing. The big telltale sign. The big telltale sign is if one of them kicks the bucket in the window. That's going to be the real problem. Forget my exposure therapy and getting over my aversion to birds. But they're going back to the nefarious word. Something is underfoot, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I've heard that some people aren't allowed to own animals that are kept in cages. You're absolutely correct. If they have the animal, they have to be able to roam free. Because that animal or bird is part of their is one of the animals associated with their spirit guide. Never a dull moment, Doodles. Never a dull moment. Never ever a dull moment on this side of the world. Hi, Alejandro. All right, I'm going to, speaking of cleansing, how are you? I'm going to lean into this energy more, and I will keep you guys posted so you can see what spiritual attacks and remediation looks like in real time. Going back to what the YouTuber was talking about with his psychic girlfriend, like we're not exempt. More times than not, we're actually targets. So this should be fun. This should be really, really fun. This YouTube video is getting really long, so I'm going to end the YouTube because the video is now going over way too long. Thank you, YouTube, for spending this part of your day, afternoon with me. And now we're just going to wrap up with, I pray, YouTube, that you guys have an amazing day.